Trying to turn up. Yeah, let's get it started. What?
Old School Tuesday. Turn up.
What's up, everybody? And just like that, we are back. Yes, we are here. You know, I wish you all knew what was going on behind the scenes, but we'll talk about that. Not never. But it's always, that's why I like live, because anything can happen. But just know that when it's time to start the show, oh, we gonna come correct and just turn it up, because right now
come correct every time.
well, without further ado, I guess this next guest is ready to turn up, because he is episode 42 of Old School Tuesday Turn Up. I'm talking about the one, the only celebrity makeup artist, Mr. Freedom on the Beat is in the building. What's up?
First off, I'm so excited to be here with you, Miss Pricilla Watley, honey, on this Turn Up Tuesday.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Let's have some fun. I don't know what happened in the beginning, but the devil came break us, and we was up here. We was like, nah, not today. Not today. We gonna sit here act the fool. We was gonna find a backup. We gonna do something. And thank you for showing up on time. That's what I'm talking about. When we got to go right to the last minute down to the drop. Yes, that's how we do it right here live.
I believe I work the best under pressure.
That's what I'm saying. I know how you feel. I definitely know how you feel. I go through the same thing. When you under pressure, people just don't know when you nervous and you under pressure, and then that's when you bring out the best performance of anything that you have going on. Yes. Yes. How many times have you been under pressure? Not only, I'm not talking about tonight, but how many times you been under pressure?
I feel like honestly, my life is just pressure in a sense. You know, I feel like for me, it's always pressure. Pressure within myself to always deliver and simply be my best. Pressure in my business to constantly elevate and make sure I hit the next level. Pressure in my everyday life to keep the balance and just to, maintain everything. So I feel like I work best under pressure. I show up as my best. I tend to show up best under pressure.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. But Freedom, do you know, while you've been talking, we already got fans in the building who already said hello. They in here. Look, we already got fans.
Yes, well, come on in, baby. Listen, we are here to drop the nuggets tonight, honey. We dropping nuggets, so y'all better collect, honey. Yes.
Yes, to the fans, you said what's up. Like, let them know. They are here already. Someone said it's the fresh beat for me. That's what I'm talking about. Yes,
honey. Yes. And she's talking about you and me, honey, because I put a little concealer under these eyes. Yes, honey. Everybody beat, baby.
Okay, we beat to the gods up in here. That's how we do it. But not only working under pressure, but the thing is, it's like, when you're working under pressure, is it just you? But when you're working under pressure, I find it for me, I like to, when I wake up, I thank God for blessing me with the blessings He had blessed me with. Is that you? Like, do you ever look back at your beginning of where you come from, being that kid from Miami, Florida, and just, I'm pretty sure you had a dream and you're really living your dream. Do you just say, wow, God has really brought me so far?
Well, I believe that number one, God should always be the main focal point. I know for me, I used to be a person where it's like once I hit one goal or I hit one accomplishment, I'm instantly going for the next, like what's next? But I've learned within my journey to honestly take those times, take a deep breath and really take it in because, for a lot of people and not just yourself, this is a dream of theirs. Now, y'all tried it with the baby. Listen, I tried to hold it in, but yes.
Go ahead, let it out. You was going, you was on it until you saw that bitch like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, they got me messed up. Hold on, wait a minute.
Yes. So I think it's important to seriously always take that time out, remain humble, know the reason that you're doing it for, and just really try to be as humble as possible. What I've learned is honestly showing up humble and just simply showing up as your authentic self, that lights up the room more than anything. Because sometimes you may be in these rooms where everybody is pretending to be a character. So it's like when you walk in as your authentic self, comfortable in your own skin, then I feel like, you know, you are able to really truly captivate the room.
That's what I'm talking about. When did you decide, like, who or what motivated you to become a makeup artist?
Honestly, you know, I went through this trial period. Hope y'all not about to pop up these pictures. But I went through a trial period where, you know, I was just really discovering myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so that led me down a line of really truly, I don't even know what, I don't know if you would call it cross dressing,
Mm-hmm.
but I went through this period of cross dressing.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't call it any more than that because I really truly wasn't deep into the lifestyle that much. Like I never
Mm-hmm.
wanted to take hormones or anything like that. But basically, so that's where I discovered makeup. And for
Mm-hmm.
me, when I stopped doing that on myself, is when I would literally be working a job like I have to get rid of this job. Like I don't know what's my passion. Whole time me and
Right.
my girls like our drinks. They're like, do my brows. And I'm like, oh my god, like what am I supposed to be doing? So it never really clicked into my head until one day I'm like, okay, well this is a cute little side hustle. I'll just post a little flyer for prom. And
Mm-hmm.
when I posted it for prom, it blew up, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm onto something. It was literally almost like my parents like, who are all these people at my house? So I like literally flooded the block, and that's when they knew it was real. Like, hold on now. So yeah,
Oh my God. So would you say that the talent picked you? Because there's times we hear people say, I didn't pick the talent, it picked us. Like makeup
the
picked
talent picked
you.
me without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
The talent picked me without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. What now? What did I know you're interviewing me? But what would you say the same for yourself?
Yes, that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, yes, it picked me. I was that kid. For me, I used to remember all the talk shows back in the day. I was watching Oprah, Jenny Jones, Ricky Lake, Montel Williams, Queen Latifah. I was watching all
Really?
those. But I taught myself, I learned, I was a huge Oprah person. Like, I watched Oprah a lot. I don't know why. But I liked the way she was doing. Until I learned one day, I was like, man, I want to do that. I want to be her. But I heard in an interview where she was interviewing Barbara Walters, and I love Barbara Walters. And she said, Oprah said this, when I was growing up, I wanted to be Barbara. I wanted to talk like you, be like you. And Barbara told her, no, you need to be yourself. You need to be
Yeah.
Oprah. And for me, I was like, I stopped saying, I don't want to be Oprah. I need to be Pricilla Watley. That's why I
Yeah.
created me and let me do what I do, create my own lane. Because I learned from another artist who I had on the show, I think it was Karen White, who said, you got to learn to be different, be your own self. You can't be like everybody else. So, like for you and
Yeah.
I, you can't, like for you can't be like another makeup artist. You got to create your own thing, do your own thing, do your own, like,
Yeah.
because if we don't, we're going to be put in this box where everybody, you're just like, or like Freedom is another same like the rest of these makeup artists, or Priscilla's like the rest of these journalists. No,
Yeah.
sweetheart. Priscilla's like not like
Yeah.
everybody else. Priscilla created
No,
her
I
own
agree.
lane, did it her own way. And Freedom's doing
Yeah.
what he's doing on his own. So we created our
Yeah.
own path. So we don't need to be
Yeah.
like everybody else. We are our own people.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think that's a lot of people will ask you, like, well, how did you get to this point? Or how did you do this? I think honestly, just being authentically you, that truly
Mm-hmm.
unlocks the door. And so many
Mm-hmm.
people is afraid of that. And not only that, so many people will be intimidated by you or have something against you because you're showing up as you.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
They don't get it. They don't get the similar of what we do. They don't get it. Like, no, we want to
Yeah,
be us. Don't be us
yeah.
because you
I
don't
think
know.
for a long time, I was really truly, I was always kind of like in a shell. And I think that's where freedom, the name freedom comes from. I was
Right.
always in like a shell. So I think that breakout for me was freedom, you know? Um, a lot of times I would be afraid to kind of show up and maybe talk, you know,
Mhm.
but that from there, I would always dress different, you know? I have the loud color hair. So even though I'm scared to say something, they're going to walk up to me.
Yes.
No. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Because they
So I'm just
see it.
always standing out.
They see like you said loud color hair. Well, that's something different. They wonder who is this guy with the loud color? Who is this guy? Once they find out who
Yeah.
you are, they're like, oh
Yeah.
shoot, like dang, like
Yeah.
he really is he's his own person. He's in his own lane.
Yeah.
There's like, there's nothing wrong being in your own lane. But one thing I do know is for us to get where we are, like I don't know for you, but for me, definitely trials and tribulations had to come our way. We didn't get success. Success does not happen overnight. But
Oh,
you
no,
remember?
baby.
Do you still remember? Like you said, you started in at your mom's house, but look how it took. Like, do you still remember when you got your first yes to like all the no's you went through, and then finally you got that first yes. Like the trials
Yeah.
and tribulations, that stuff is no joke. That stuff is
Yeah.
serious.
It's definitely serious. It's definitely serious.
Mhm.
I think the trials and the tribulations is what make you. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm grateful for all the yeses, but I think looking back, honestly, the no's is what really truly made me. The nose is what really truly made me get down in the dirt and grind for what I wanted. To really push me to have to really show them something. They want to say
Mhm.
no, okay. I'm gonna work as hard as I can until I get a yes. And when I get a yes, I'm gonna flip it because then mine's gonna be a no.
Mhm.
So I think the no
No,
really truly made me.
I know when you see the pictures of yourself, do you just like you see the pictures? Do you? I mean, just looking at the pictures, don't that take you back? Like, damn, I remember when I took this. I remember I took that. I remember I took like I
Let
evolved.
me
I
just
really.
say this much. This was before content was a thing.
Mhm.
I would have my local photographer pull up, like, okay, take some pictures, you know?
Uh-huh.
But it's crazy because for a long time, I didn't take pictures. And I think that's what pushes me so much to take pictures now. Because looking back, I barely have any pictures when I was little, like none.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's what really pushes me to like give a look or take a picture. I feel like, you really have to be your own best friend. How do you feel about that?
I feel like that's true. You're gonna love you first. You have to be the best friend in you, so you know who you are. So when you figure out who when we figure out who we are, we can present it to people, present it to the world. Because
Yeah.
because it's like no one's gonna get it. No one's gonna get us. That's like
Yeah.
our dreams. No one like when we talked about earlier. No one's gonna understand our dreams. No one's gonna see your
Yeah.
vision. Like you took your friend, like no, like like you said, you was like, "What am I doing?" And you did the flyers and look. And then once people saw what you were doing and saw what I was doing, what happened? We start
Yeah.
evolving. We start grinding. We start going up that ladder and everything.
Yeah.
Like you, like how even if you was in your mom's home, but where was your first studio at?
Honestly, my first studio was, well, let me say for me, my first studio I would have to say was the bathroom.
Mm.
The bathroom. Like once it clicked in my head, like that, yeah, and then was definitely my mom's studio. This is definitely a visual of my mom's studio. But in the beginning, it was the bathroom. I would go in the bathroom after work. Everybody would be asleep, and I would be just perfecting. I would find somebody on YouTube that I liked, and I would just study different tips and tricks, different products. just really study. I feel like when you really find out your true passion, it's important to really study that craft.
Say that again.
You have to really study that craft. Really, honestly, truly. So yeah, for me, and once from the bathroom, it was definitely my parents had a little basement area. It was that. And I turned that thing out. Thank God that I was able to, although like my parents, they definitely had their flaws.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think that my dad was an entrepreneur, so he understood the power of um kind of allowing your artistry to just flow, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So he allowed us just to, if we wanted to design our room a certain way, we were able to do that. So that I don't like that was definitely a point in my life that actually turned when I was able to really truly have that space.
Mm.
Because for a long time they didn't understand the whole makeup thing. They didn't understand their son. Child, it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot to take in, honey. Okay, it's a lot
Yes.
to take
Yes.
So for a long time,
Yes.
I didn't understand it. So I'm very grateful to have been able to just really have a room to express myself.
I love it. Like I love it. Everyone. Freedom. Let's tell them we are right here. I got Freedom on the beat. He's here to tell a story. Everyone, Freedom. Let's tell these people. You all tell your friends. Send the link real quick. Tell them to come watch this
Yes,
interview. We are
honey, listen, we're dropping major tea up in here, honey, on this Turn Up
exactly.
Tuesday. Y'all better
Baby,
share
tell
with
your
a
friends to
friend,
come
welcome
watch
them on
real
here,
quick so
send
they
a
can.
text message.
Exactly. We talk about makeup, and then one thing of women, we know about makeup. We love makeup. We wear it, and so this is someone who's going to give us what we need to know about makeup. Things we did,
Yes,
we thought we
honey,
knew.
nothing but
We
that
haven't.
is.
Exactly. Exactly. So back to you starting in your parents' basement. Did you think one day just being in the basement, you were like, well, wait, when this is going to turn, this is going, when did it really turn to make a turn from the basement now to your own studio?
Um, I think it was definitely a process. But right out
Mm-hmm.
the gate, I knew that going into this, that I wanted to be the best. I knew
Mm.
that I wanted to be the best. Like I wanted if and I've always been that type of person. I feel like if you're gonna go to school, go to the best school. If you're gonna take a class from the best. So I've
Mm-hmm.
always wanted to be the best. So I knew that the basement was definitely a stepping stone for me. And I would just have, mind you, at the time it was in Conyers, which is like a
Mm-hmm.
45 hour drive from either the airport or the city. So I would have
Mm-hmm.
people come from all over, like just to get up in that chair. I would use different ways of promotion. I would literally have a day when I'm not doing anything, and I would go pass out flyers. I would put my flyers on gas pumps. When you pull up to McDonald's, if you pull up to Burger King, it was going to be one of those little rip-off things, have all of the info.
Mm-hmm.
I would put them at the ATM, honey. If you want to get a withdrawal, grab something for your makeup, honey. I would go in nice neighborhoods. Now, listen, I've always charged a pretty nice tab. So, but
Mm-hmm.
it was an experience. You was gonna get your life, and you was gonna feel good about
Yes.
yourself. You was gonna come out looking amazing.
You
So I
already
would go in like
know.
nice neighborhoods. I would go in nice neighborhoods, post them by the mailbox. Like, so my promotion game has always been on point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's always been on point. So that honestly caused my business to really elevate really fast pace.
Okay. Someone said, "Can you pin his ad?" See. Look, people already looking for you.
Yes.
Look.
So
And
it's the number
nothing we
two.
are live. Yes.
Go
Let
ahead,
them know.
baby.
Go ahead. Let them know. Let them know on
So you can
Instagram.
find me guys on Instagram at the number two gifted.hands, or you can follow me on Facebook. That's Freedom on the Beat, I believe. So yeah, so check that out.
Okay. And yes, and we are live actually on Facebook. People who's watching on
You're
Facebook,
on
please know.
Facebook?
I know. Please meet us on YouTube because we're not gonna be on Facebook for long. Y'all know I don't no longer be on Facebook, but you only get to see a couple minutes and then go right on over to Old School Tuesday
Now, why
Turn
not
Up
Facebook?
on YouTube. You said what?
Now, why not Facebook?
Because we do it on my business page, but on my personal page, I just stopped because it was like I'm here on YouTube, I'm here on Facebook. I feel like it's like I'm trying to give the viewers on YouTube, so it's like no, put them on YouTube, get off Facebook, put it on YouTube, more viewers. So now it's like I get more people on YouTube. It's like, and then I feel like, no, it's better on YouTube. Then you can comment and you can make comments. I can see it. When you're on Facebook, no. When I ain't, no. What's
Yeah.
Facebook? So y'all meet us on Facebook because we up here, we having a good time. And just having, this is what we're here for.
Honey.
Okay, turn up and we are beat to the gods. Now, but I like the way you said that. You was having your own promotion before what promotion is now. You was out there like really hustling. You was doing the like
Hustling,
that's what
honey.
you were doing.
Yeah, from a young age, I've always been hustling. Honestly, when I turned 13, Pokemon cards and all of that was really popular. So I've always been, I used to have my own lawn care business where I would literally grab the lawnmower and, cut everybody grass, just so I can go to Walmart and buy my Pokemon cards. So I've always had the mentality of getting up and making some form of money.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's important that when you do have a business, you got to
Mm-hmm.
understand something. It's a million makeup artists out here. But
Mm-hmm.
I think that the thing is, a lot of people is caught up in this social media world. But you have to understand,
Mm-hmm.
like, the thing that I'm all about what makes me different, you know?
Yes.
So that means that a lot of people's going to be online. Well, what does that mean? That means I'm going to go to you face to face and I'm going to let you know what time it is. And I'm going to hand you one of these business cards. And baby, you're going to come get your beat. You're going to love my personality and you're going to get all the way into it. You know?
That's what I'm talking about. No, that's
So
it. That's what's up.
a lot of people are afraid to do the footwork. I would mind
Yeah.
you for a long time. Now I've really truly worked myself up to the point where I don't have to do this anymore. But for a
Mm-hmm.
long time, I would be 24/7. A
Mm.
lot of people is not willing to. This is when the nightlife was really popping, which it is. But you got to understand something around these. I don't know, NBA weekends or BET weekends. A lot of these girls they don't go out to 12 a.m. A lot of people acting all bougie, saying they close past 5.
Mm.
So guess what? I'm gonna stay open to 11, honey. Okay, I'm gonna run
Mm-hmm.
this ad, and I will take you right here, honey.
That's what I'm.
So I think
Yeah,
it's all
someone.
about getting
Yeah,
the bag.
yeah. Someone said yes. Get the bag, Chanel effect. What's up, Chanel? That's my makeup artist
Hey,
right here in
boo.
Kansas. Hey, yes, get the bag. But you know what? Some people, do you think that prepare you? That really, really, if you think about it, the way you did promotion, the way you did it, it's kind of prepared you for now. Like if like certain business companies come to you, you are like, okay, look, I did it this way. I don't know which way you guys can bring it, but I did it this way. But it preparing you for what to expect for business for certain
Yeah,
companies nowadays. It definitely prepared
absolutely,
you because you were like,
absolutely.
I like how you said you was out there mowing the lawns, and how did
And
you
you
do the
know I
grass?
didn't want to do that, honey. You just know I didn't want to do that.
Did you design? Look, I remember my mom back in the day when because she would do our lawns, but she was all about design. I'm like, what in the world? Oh, then she'll be like, Prince, did you see the design I did in New York? Like, all you gotta do is mow the grass. What are you doing? Like, I didn't know. How did you
Yeah.
do your design? Did you do any kind of style design, or you just took the lawnmower, just did the grass and call it a day? I'm like, I'm done.
Now I tried to. Well, they love when it's in a straight line, so I did do the straight lines. Now let me tell you something. Whenever I do something, it's gonna be to the best of my perfection, honey. Okay?
Y'all
Don't
already
have
know
ass
the deal with my
nothing.
wretched ass friends. I'm FREE. Go, go.
Uh-uh.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, that is what I'm talking
Yeah, we had to do
about.
straight lines, honey. We had to let, even with the grass, honey, you got to let them know what time it is. I used to edge it up and have a clean cut corner, honey. They'll call me in 2 weeks, honey. Let me know it's time again.
Did you go like okay? When it was real hot, 100-degree weather. Did you go in the morning, like at 6 o'clock?
Did I go in the morning? I don't think I did, honey. I would have to push through. I can honestly say I'm not too much of a morning person. Mornings are not my best.
That's suspicious.
Because look, I remember like back in the day, especially it's like 100-degree weather, and people would go mow lawns in the morning and be done. How many did you get done in one day?
I would get like at least about 4 or 5. I used to be on my grind, honey. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Like you were the very first person I talked about mowing lawns because I saw like my mom do it. So I have never had someone I could talk to about mowing lawns, and that's very rare that you hear someone talking about mowing lawns. That's really very rare. Yeah. Like some people do it for business, some people know what they're doing, but just very rare where you hear an artist say, "No, back in the day I was out here hustling. I was out there mowing lawns." You wouldn't like that's deep. That's like. That means you was about your business and you was like trying to get to, you like, I can collect this little bit of money, but not the Pokemon cards. Seriously? Not Pokemon.
The Pokemon, the Yu-Gi-Oh, those baby. I used to collect them all. Okay? Gotta catch them all. I used to collect them all, honey.
Yeah, I know. I was a Pokemon too. So anyway. But Ben, what would you say? What did you learn from just when you being a makeup artist? What would you say would be the essential ingredient to being a good makeup artist?
Number one, have the passion for it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely have the passion for it. I think have the passion. Y'all throw me out with this. It's time to look off. But no, okay. So I think have the passion for it. That's number one. Mm-hmm. If you really truly want to be a makeup artist, really truly have the passion for it, and that's with anything that you want to do. I think that know your lane also. Some people are strictly good at special effects makeup. Then you have just YouTube artists. You know, then you have people who are just good at brows. So I think also knowing your area is important. But I think overall, just have a passion for it.
Yeah. In your opinion, what should be the most quality in a makeup artist?
The best quality in a makeup artist?
Mm-hmm.
What was the question?
The most wish in a makeup artist, what should be the most important quality in a makeup artist?
I think the most important quality in a makeup artist should be define that because I'm not understanding the question.
Like you said, it's your passion. That's true. Like you should be definitely more passion. You have passion. Like I have. This is what like in doing an interview. This is my passion. Being a makeup artist. That's your passion. Some people forget. They do. Sometimes they do. It's like the talent. They have it, but they're not passionate about it. Some people are. But if you're doing it,
that's not passionate. Even my homegirl, she does nails, and I know this probably gonna be out, but my homegirl, she does nails. She was a celebrity nail tech. But she's not passionate anymore. And it's like, you know, a lot of times she wants, and I hate that I'm even telling this story, but a lot of times she wants to do my nails, and I'm like, no, like I don't want anybody touching me that's not passionate. If that's not your passion, and you're gonna be just almost like dragging doing it, like doing these nails. You know, I don't want anybody like that. I'm good off that. And that goes for a photographer. You're passionate about what you do. That's important.
Yeah, it's very important. But I get it. Like she just wants to, you know how some people want to be doing it just to be doing it. And remember how when COVID first hit, like we talked, you, me, Top Boy talked about yesterday, journalists was just out here just to be doing it. But now, if you notice, you don't see a lot of journalists. Like, no, I told y'all, no, I have a degree in this first. One, this is something I always wanted to do. And two, this show is still going to go and everybody's going back outside, but Old School Tuesday Turnup is going to be here. This show ain't going nowhere. Because if I wasn't passionate about it,
the pandemic, honey.
Exactly. Because if I wasn't passionate about this,
42 episodes.
Exactly. We wouldn't be here. So I don't know. This is me. This is the talent. Like I said, the talent picked us. It picked us. God gave us our talent. And when God give you your talent, you take that blessing and you show people the vision of what you're doing. Once people see it, that's when you know your passion was right. You're doing the right thing. He said, "Freedom, I see you have a dope beverage. You go, boy." Yes. Let everybody know what you're drinking on.
Well, right now I'm sipping on some Red Bull and rosé and a little bit of special edition.
How important you said
passion? Passion is definitely important. A lot of people sometimes, and even with my students that I teach, it's almost like you have to understand, like, it may be 1,000 makeup artists, but there a lot of people, it's just temporary, Like when you're really passionate about something, that's gonna flow way beyond just somebody who's just doing it for a trend, I think trends come and go. A lot of people sometimes just want to jump on the bandwagon because it's the thing. Even with a lot of people, like the trend now is to start a business. Everybody want to start a business. They have to start a business. They have to have an LLC. But the thing is, so many people get discouraged when it doesn't happen. But because they don't understand that once you actually start, you have to put in the work to get here, boo. A lot of people think that, they can just show up as you, show up doing what you're doing just because they're good and great. But you have to understand, like, when it really comes down to it, you haven't put in the work that I put in. So mine is going to last way longer than you,
Yes.
Yeah. And that's why whenever I see like a makeup artist who's telling me that they've been doing it for 20 plus years or anything like that, or I meet a vet makeup artist in the game who's been doing this, I always salute them because, it takes a lot. And for you to have made it to this far and you're still passionate about the craft, like, that's amazing to me. Because if you're not passionate about it, it will drain you.
That's true.
Have you ever felt that way?
Yeah, most definitely. It do. Your talent can be drained if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. There's days, I don't know about you, but there's times I kind of like I think I told you, like today, this show almost didn't carry on. I almost gave up. I didn't give up, but financially, it was a lot going on until is it just me, or for you, it took one person to tell me about 2 years ago, and I remember being at work and we were talking, and a guy was like, no, stop right there. This is something you want to do. So what you're going to do is you're going to continue that show. It always takes one person to get you over that hump. When you think you feeling discouraged, God would tell something, like God would bring someone to speak to you. And it was like that moment right there, the person would like told me, like, no, this is something you've been want to do. You gonna go continue to do it. You won't know. Forget all that others, go do it. After that, I never looked back. Here I am, episode 42.
We love it here.
Yes. So that's how but do you feel like I'm pretty sure there was a time where you probably got discouraged, but it took probably that one person to tell you, no, Freedom, you have something.
I'm not going, excuse my language, bitch. I get discouraged every day, even till now. Okay? I may wake up discouraged as hell tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
But I think that that's where the passion kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, there's a bigger purpose. Like, no, this is
Mm-hmm.
something that you're supposed to be doing. You're exactly where you need to be. That's
Yes.
when that purpose kicks in. But I think for a lot of people that just doing it just because, that's when they drop off. You
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
When it's truly your passion, listen, you can be discouraged. It will drive you broke. I've went broke
Mm-hmm.
many times.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Started from the
like
bottom,
even
now we
to
here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we here.
all right,
Started
I made
from
this
the
thing a
bottom, now
party
the whole
now.
team here.
Ow.
Yeah.
Episode 42. Ow.
I'm talking about we are here. You guys tell y'all friends to go. Send them link. Tell us to meet us over here at Old School Tuesday Turnup right here on YouTube. But yes, we up here having a ball. But no, like I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
It's just, or have you noticed some artists, makeup artists, some people when they get their talent, and if it gets them to a certain level, then they like, oh, then they start to let that stuff go to their head. I hate that kind of stuff. I don't like that. That
Yeah,
means they're not
I hate that
humble.
too.
They're not
I hate
humble.
that too. Listen, you will meet so many. I've met so many people off like Instagram with thousands and hundreds of followers, and when you meet them, it's like their attitude is just so nasty,
Stank.
or they'll just almost like just blow you off, you know.
Mm.
And I feel as though like that's why I always, because number one, my goal is to always be different. So my goal is to always show up as the opposite. No
Mm-hmm.
matter who you see on my page, when you show up to my spot, I'm gonna be like, "Oh yes, honey, we're stepping on in. Come on in. I'm giving you great vibes, great energy." Because I think that's important. Like, I think that's why I've also had so many clients that have come back. Because
Mm-hmm.
before I was even good, like I would be turning people's face completely white, honey. But let me tell
Mm.
you something. You was gonna love the way I made you feel. You was gonna love the experience.
Hold
You was
up.
gonna, honey, you was gonna feel it. You hear me?
Hold up.
So yeah, I also think an experience is important too with your business. Like even for me
Mhm.
coming on to Tuesday Turn Up, it's an experience, you know?
Yes.
And I think experiences more than anything, for me, even more than the likes, more than the views, the shares, any of that, people are gonna come back because of the experience, you know?
You already know.
Come on, Big
Yes.
Freedom. The
Yes.
queen.
Yes. Yes. It's yeah, I mean the experience. That is true. People gonna either they gonna love you or they gonna not love you. But it's the respect. But when you doing someone's makeup, the one thing I can say is the feeling. When you do someone and you
Yeah.
make them beautiful, that person is in your chair, and once you done, you put that makeup on them, usually a different person. But the feeling that someone like me, the feeling that we have inside our heart is like, damn, like you made the magic,
Yeah.
the glow of it. The
Yeah.
magic is like that's your like
I think
that
that's
feeling
I think I
is
think that's really important.
mm-hmm,
Um, so from I think setting that's so important when it comes down to your business, setting an
mm-hmm,
experience. Even from you walking into my shop, like the aesthetic is gonna be beautiful. You know, you're gonna feel like you're in a secret place or something, you know?
mm-hmm,
It's gonna smell amazing, you know. So I think all of those things, like that's something that I've always been about. Just an
mm-hmm,
experience, because if nothing else, if they hated their makeup, there people are gonna come back because of the way that you made them feel. Because at the end of the
mm-hmm,
day, that's all it is. It's just a feeling, you know.
mm-hmm. And the enhancement of the beauty. You're enhancing our beauty
Yes.
more, and that's what it's about.
Um.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
When I was younger, I always wanted to be a therapist, you know. But I feel like I've kind of accomplished that. Number one, okay, so let me tell you this story really quick. Number one, like even from like high school to a certain point, I was always like looked down upon. So
Mhm.
I could have out, maybe I was acting out, but it didn't warrant certain things. Like one day I was twerking in the hallway, got suspended for like 10 days, things like that. So my principal had something against me.
Uh-huh.
So I would always like get suspended for long periods of time. It would be like crazy. So basically, I didn't end up graduating high school, but I did end up getting my GED. But that
Right.
really pushed me to like, I really felt like I had a point to prove. So I ended up going to so I ended up like going to college. But the thing is, I never had the passion to go to college.
I'm still on the twerking in the hallway.
I've always been a fool, honey. Okay. But yeah, so we're just gonna leave that story alone. I don't even know where I'm going with that. Just ranting.
Wait a minute. Wait a
It
minute.
was at this
I
moment that he knew
myself,
he fucked up.
was suspended in high school. True story. True story. But
Yeah.
not no dang on 10 day. I got like a day and 2 days. That was a little
Yeah.
funky little suspension. But that's cool. I take that. But 10 days for
Yeah.
twerking in the hallway. I
It
wouldn't
was
give
a
a
lie. It was a lie. It was a lie. It was just a lie.
Oh
It
man.
was a
But
lie. It was a
no,
lie.
but those are moments where you can say you can really look back at yourself like, man, what the heck was I doing when I was a kid? And now we are older, we can say, man, that stuff was funny back then. Cause, but I get
Yeah.
it. I get it.
Yeah.
But it made you but
Um,
it made you reevaluate who you are, though. I totally get
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Twerking in the
Absolutely.
hallway.
Outside hanging out the
It was
window with
like,
my wretched ass friends. I'm F-R-E-E. Go, 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 go.
But no, but like honestly, have you noticed the rise of social media? And when it comes to
yeah.
social media now, being a makeup artist, it's a click of a button. It has
It
evolved.
is.
Makeup artists are more recognized on social media. Now you can just get on social media. Like, what's your opinion on that when it comes to social media and makeup artists and being recognized through social media now?
Um, I'm gonna be honest. For me, the social media thing was it was definitely an adjustment because I'm 30. So not saying that that's super old, but it's like I'm like kind of in the middle where it's like I'm still a millennial, but I'm also crossing over to that kind of like super adulthood, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think that that was definitely an adjustment because in the beginning I'm like, okay, you can't really I'm not about to be playing on this app all day. Like this is pointless. I'm not about to be playing on this app, keep dancing all day. Like I got things to do. But
Mm-hmm.
I end up getting like a TikTok endorsement.
Mm.
So from that, I'm like, okay, now hold on now. Maybe I need to, keep going with this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Go, go,
yeah, that
go,
was definitely.
go,
I think that's an adjustment.
go, go, go.
He don't stop with them sound effects. I'm telling you, that's what we do over
Yeah.
here.
So
It's
now
like,
I pretty much go
mhm.
ahead.
No, I'm saying like, I get it. Like, social media it's just it's taking everybody to a whole new standpoint for makeup artists, and that's what's up, that you got an endorsement from TikTok. Like, who gets endorsed?
Yeah,
That's what's up. How did you like
yeah.
respond to that? Like, really, when you got that email, you're like, wait a minute. Like you were saying, like, I might need I can do something with this.
Well, in the beginning, it was shocking because it's like a lot of opportunities that have came to me. Like I'm so humble to the point where at sometimes I will sit on opportunities like, okay, is this for me? Do I really deserve this? Really get it done? Can I really do this?
Mhm.
Um, So yeah, it took me a little time to respond. It was like a
Mm,
couple days ago, but I definitely responded.
that's what's up. That's what's
Yeah.
up. So, what would you say? What is your favorite celebrity makeup look and why? Besides Priscilla Watley. So, what? I had to put
Yes,
myself in.
honey.
But no, like, what has been your favorite celebrity makeup look and why?
My favorite celebrity makeup look. Hmm. um. These photos. I just love. Let me tell you something. I do not have a specific favorite makeup look.
Mm-hmm.
I like doing divas.
Mm,
I love doing divas. Like I love doing a confident woman, and it doesn't necessarily have to even be a celebrity. I
mm-hmm.
love doing confident women who is just gonna like just be confident in who they are, sell the look, and just I love that. Come on, Priscilla.
Me. So,
Hey,
thank you. I know that described me. Thank you. Thank you. Round of applause go to
yeah.
me. I like the
So
way you
I
said
think
that.
I love doing divas. I love doing divas.
Yeah, yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
yes.
Nini is definitely my girl, but I definitely love doing divas.
She's your girl. Well, I'm your girl now, so she gonna have to move over for a minute. So yes,
Um,
but let's not go there. Anyway, but no, but how would you describe all these look? Like, give people in detail. How did you was choose all these artists, their looks for them?
child, the vibes, the energy, child, the skin. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to
Mhm,
me doing somebody's makeup, sometimes like it's such a magical moment, and I'm not even being funny. But
mhm.
sometimes like I literally black out, and then I just when I come back, it's just like it's done. It's beat. It's giving skin. It's giving what it's supposed to give.
Mm,
So it's
damn.
I'm not gonna lie, it's honestly almost like a blackout moment for me because we're talking. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking, I'm moving. Like
Hmm.
it's during that time, it's almost like I'm in the zone. Half of the time I don't even know what I'm gonna do. They just tell me the vibe, the energy of where they're going. And I just, I do my thing.
Two gifted hands. Your hands take over. Now that's why
Yeah.
you call it gifted hands. Yes, you're
Yes.
telling. Yeah, sometimes that can happen. You could blank out, and not realize what you're doing, but then when it's done, you're like, "Damn, I did that."
Yeah, and I
That's what
think
it.
we were talking about that earlier.
Mhm.
Like when you
Yeah,
were
we
on the
were.
red carpet when you were on the red carpet
Mhm.
and it's almost like a blackout moment, and when you come back it's like, wow, I did that.
Oh, that happened to me. That happened when I was on the red carpet for the Black Music Honors, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm there." But once, and first you get nervous. I got nervous, but once I kept talking and doing them interviews, I was, "Let's go, let's go, let's go." And then once it's over, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, what just happened?" Like,
It's almost like
whoa,
you're
what?
coming down off of a high or something.
Yeah, we can
And
get high. I don't know about you, but we can get high off our own talent and don't even know it.
absolutely.
That right
Absolutely.
there.
That's a
We can
real
get high
thing. That's a
on
real
our own
thing.
talent, and we don't know
That's
it.
a real thing.
Yeah, when you're in the
That's a real
zone, when you're in the zone about the passion that you're doing for your talent, you don't. Nothing else is going on around you. Like right now, us in here, I don't know what's going on in the world. I do not know. I can't.
yeah.
Until this interview was over, I could not do not. I don't know what's going on. The one thing about me I can say is when this camera is on and I'm doing these interviews, I'm entertaining the audience. But when that camera is
Yeah.
off, turn it off, it's over. I go back being my authentic self. There you go.
And that's how it is for me when I get home almost.
Mm.
Like I'm just child. I'm like, I don't know if you see how I was looking today, honey, but that's me at home. I'm just like, honey, like, please.
No, but I get it. Who would you say you're still waiting for that one celebrity you still dream about doing their makeup? Who would be that one person still be?
Um, I want to really truly do Doja Cat.
Ooh.
I just want to go like international with it. Vogue. For me, I'm gonna be honest. Like for me, my goal isn't the celebrities because I've worked around so many celebrities, and it's like when you actually get them behind that door, they're a totally different person. Number one. Number
Yeah.
two, it's like it's just different.
Mm-hmm.
The moment a lot of celebrities, the moment you're not able to either come to them. Let me tell you something. I've always believed in this.
Mm-hmm.
I love a good celebrity client, but celebrities just push the brand. Let me just say that much. Celebrities push the brand. It's going to be those everyday people that really truly pay the bills. So I
Mm-hmm.
never truly walk behind a celebrity. I really truly don't.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now I love my babes. I really truly do. I love all of them. But celebrities don't. Celebrities only push the brand. The everyday women and people and things like that is what's going to really truly pay the bills. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, it's always just been about. It's been more than the celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I want to open up a home called the Freedom House, where it's a organization where I can help young kids that's really struggling in their community.
Mm-hmm.
They can go counseling, they can go get shelter, food, clothes. It's like just a home for all of the above. I want to be an international brand. I really want to open up a school for all of the leading industry makeup artists who wants to enter into the industry. It's so much more. I want to write a book. Like it's bigger than a bitch being a celebrity, honey. It's about me, child, and my brand and what I gotta do.
You
Yes.
already know.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
What I'm talking about. We are,
Yeah.
you and I really are the everyday people. We know, because you know what? Because we talk to the everyday people. We know them. We are the we. It's us ourselves. But
Yeah.
we deal with the everyday people. We know who they are. We know
Yeah.
what's going on in the everyday world.
Let me
Like,
say this much. Although it's about that, it's also not about crossing or stabbing somebody in the back to get there.
hmm
You
most
know what I
definitely.
mean?
Or yeah,
A lot of people
no,
are like, okay, well, yeah,
I definitely do. Like, people will double cross. They will sit there, be opportunities. No, yes sayers. What your? I don't know about you, but like I had told you, I don't like a lot of people around me. And if I'm a people person, but I don't like a lot of people around me because I keep my circle so small. Because I'm still learning right now. I have my family. I have my friends that are real good friends, people I go to for advice, and then I have the people I deal with, the entertainment friends I deal with, and everything. So you gotta learn to separate all those people. How do you deal with it?
absolutely. Listen, you said, how do I deal with it?
Mm-hmm.
I think just by you definitely have to separate.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like now this is the thing. I'm still learning my gray area. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a person that has a gray area. I'm gonna be completely honest. I either like you or I don't. If I don't like you, you can't get me to kiki with you. It can't be no. I'm good.
The lie detector
Mm-hmm.
test determined you are telling the truth.
No,
For
I
me,
get it.
I'm learning my gray because in business, you have to have a gray area.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a gray area. You can't just, although you have to have a poker face, I'm really
Mm.
truly learning. Um, Everybody that you see once in terms of the industry, you're gonna see again. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think it's always important to show up, speak to everybody, be pleasant to everybody. If they like you, they like you. If they don't, that's none of your business. So
True.
I think that,
You
how do
my
you feel about
cousin.
it?
I agree with you. But another thing is, someone taught me, I had a cousin who he taught me not a couple weeks ago. He said, celebrities or this, that, and the third, they like you when you just be you. He was like, one thing I should tell you, like, be you, be real, stay true to who you are. That's why I always tell people I'm humble. I'm
Yeah.
focused. I'm always staying focused. I'm humble. Like some things, and because another thing that helps me doing these interviews, I see artists come in here. Some I know your music or see you being comedians, a group on, and I know who they are, but I'm not all like geeked out. Like, but once I get them in here and you get them to talk, and then like you said, behind the scenes, you get to know who they really are. You're like, oh, that person just as normal as I am, but they have a status to their name. But at the same time, I'm me. This is who I am. You gonna get me once this camera go off. You might get something. I mean, you're not gonna get too much different, but you still gonna get me. So just be yourself. If you be yourself, be true to who you are. That's it. That's all you gotta do. You'll be good.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Staying humble. That's why I like the word. You have to stay humble because you know
Well,
what?
stay humble, but know who you are and know what you bring to the table.
That's true. Because at one time, there's gonna be times tempting. You might get tempted in doing things you know that we know who we are, but we might be around certain people and we were like, I'm not down with that. And I'm like, no, I'm cool, I'm great, I'm chill. That's not me. No.
Yeah.
And then you
Absolutely.
gotta deal with then of course opportunists. I hate that word, but it's a true word, especially in the what we deal with, especially what we do opportunists. You have to be careful who you have around you. Everybody who you think is for you are not for you, or they're in your face and then they're behind you talking about you behind the scenes, and then you think you might want to go do this and then they'll find a way to derail it, and you're like, that person was never for you. Everybody's not going to be for you. Everybody don't want to see you happy. So it's like sometimes you have to keep things to yourself. That's what I learned.
Absolutely.
That's some, a lot of things. That's a lot of things that I'm like learning now.
Yeah. I would say me too, for sure. I'm
Hmm.
learning each and every day. For me, that's kind of new for me because I've always been like an open book to a certain extent, to where,
Hmm.
I let people in, you know,
Hmm.
honestly, truly, just like being a good person, just like letting people in. But I've learned like, bitch, you got to guard that door. You
Yeah.
can't just let somebody walk in. Like you cannot, like it has to be levels,
Mhm.
because a lot of times I spent so much time like humble, humble, humble. But it's like they're looking at you like, oh, this the one. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know.
The wall has you have to keep one thing about me. I will always the wall. I don't think my wall has been tore down because I block
Yeah.
it. You have to have something blocked up there. You have to.
For a long
And
time, I didn't know. That's what was interesting.
mm,
For a
but
long
you got
time, I
to.
didn't.
Yeah, it is like if you don't, you can't get you can become discouraged quick because
Yeah.
it's like everybody don't like I said, we don't want to see you win. They don't want to see us win, but sometimes
Yeah.
we done nothing to nobody. It's all about God has blessed us with our
You're right,
talent.
girl. I'm like the Holy Ghost.
It's like God giving us our talent. Okay, we got it, but you don't know how long. Like you don't know what it took for us to get where we are right now. Yeah, y'all see us here, and we're here doing this interview. Cool. The lights come out. Once it's over, we going back to being ourselves.
Yeah.
They don't know like, oh, I just want to. Oh, I see them on it. I want to be around them. No, you. Why? Why do you want to be around us? Was you? Sometimes you ask yourself, was that person ever around? Were they ever around? Where were they at when we were going through the trials and tribulations?
Well,
So
this
that's why.
this let me say something. When you're chosen, and I feel like you're a child of God, like this road gets very lonely.
Yeah.
It gets very lonely. It gets very lonely. So I think when someone does try to come in, it is like, okay, yes, yes, yes at first, you know? But I've
Mhm.
learned like really have to set boundaries and set levels and set access to yourself. And that goes for that for me in this day and age, it doesn't just matter if you have a business. I think that goes for life. Because
Yes.
people will call you, let me tell you something. Don't be a listening friend, honey. Don't be one
Mhm.
of those friends that just listen. People will call you bright and early, honey, when you first waking up and just unload a baggage on your lap and call, then hang up like, okay, well, I'll call you back, girl. And you just left with all this baggage. So I think that goes into protecting your energy. You have to be in a space to where if you want any type of elevation, you have to protect your energy. There can't just be open access to you.
Yeah. Because some people would tear your energy down because their energy is already down as well. Let's tear yours down. No, what did I tell you earlier? Like I don't hang out with a lot of people around me. Like I'd be like, what did I
Yeah.
tell you earlier? I sit there, told you earlier. I'm single, drama free. I ain't got time for it. I don't want to make time for it. One, I'm 35 freaking years old. I don't want to hear it. Like I don't care. Like because it's not my energy. It's not my problem. Not my baggage. How is that
Yeah.
helping me get to me? How is that helping me get to where I need to be going so I can level up?
Yeah.
It's not. So if it's not helping me, I don't care anymore. I really don't. I
Yeah.
stopped caring a long time ago. And sometimes you gotta learn to, you gotta basically put your foot down. You
Absolutely.
have to put your foot down. Like no.
Maybe people will just run in and just let have, honey.
Mm-hmm. They will.
They will.
They will. They
Girl,
will.
I be
They
fighting.
like some things I just be getting like what we talked about earlier, or, earlier about what you call, what was takeoff, and I'm like, I'm sorry
That's
to
so
hear about that.
sad.
That was sad, the death of one of the
God rest
Mingos,
his soul.
yes. And that's sad. But at the same time, I was sitting there telling you, asking questions like, why were they there? Why wouldn't people at home? Like, where do you
Well, I
stop to
think
say,
that when you get to a sense of fame, like when you
mm-hmm,
get to a sense of fame, I think they urge for a sense of normacy. So they want
mm-hmm,
to do those simple things such as like, okay, go play. What is it? What were they playing? Dice?
uh-huh,
Or we had a bowling alley. Like they want to do those things of normacy, you know?
yeah. And then you got when you have those people around you and you get the crowd, they
But
they
that
see
goes back to
you.
what we were just saying, letting anybody in.
Yeah, you can't let everybody in. It's not worth
Feeling
it.
like,
What?
oh well, this just gonna be a quick game. Like, let's just run this and scrum these whatever dice and just play this game. And it turned into something. It's a sad situation.
Yes, it's a very sad situation, but it's also a wake up call to people to know, when does it stop? Like, when does it stop with the violence? And like, come on. Like, that's why I'm like, I told you earlier, I'm like, that's why I just stay at home and chill. Well, I'd rather do that. At least stop at home. At least I know I'm safe somewhere. And if I told you, if I'm going out, it's very settled, just very rare that I go out and I have to have a reason. If there's no really good reason, then I'm not going out. I don't have a reason to anymore. Because guess
Well,
what
I like to
happens
have
now?
a good time.
Yes, yes, I like to have a good time, but it all depends. I can have a good time here at home, but also the older you get, you start to like. Now, I had a friend text me the other day. He was like, "You notice how at a certain time we go out, and then about a certain time now we back in about 12 or 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. We in bed. We tired. We done. Like it's like, oh, you're not interested in doing the same thing that you used to do back in the day. Like it's cool, but
Yeah,
it's not like every weekday and like, yeah, just not trying to do all that because,
they're not.
like you said,
That's not every weekend.
what now is we building businesses. People our age in the 30s, it's all about business. We building our brands now. That's what it's all about, business. That's what we're doing.
Absolutely.
So yeah, some things we just don't care for anymore. I mean, now we don't care, but it all depends. Like seriously, no.
Been there, done
What
that.
would you? Yeah, what would you say? The three things that you are that really that the three things that you are driven by. What are the three things you're driven by?
I would definitely say faith, family, and hmm, faith, family, and hmm, I would have to say myself. Faith, family, and
Hmm,
myself. What
that's
about you?
good.
What would be your three?
Okay, so my three things would be faith, because I stepped out on faith for the
Yeah.
passion that I have, and I never gave up. I don't give up. Faith, uh, persistent. I'm
Okay.
very persistent about anything that I do. I just do it.
Yeah.
And the last thing would be, I think together would be God and myself. Put them together
Yeah.
because what for me, God and myself is together because the blessings that He has presented to me, the door has opened and I have walked through it.
Amen.
Everything that I have been through this summer, everything that has happened, I did not give up on myself. I went out on faith. God led me to my path, my blessings, and I was very persistent. So all that together would be my three things.
Yeah. Those doors are important.
Yeah. Oh, yes, they are. Because, like you said earlier, if you don't go through them doors, those doors will close, and you may never know when you'll reopen them. They will reopen again.
Yeah.
Because
And
doors
there's
don't.
nothing like a door closing that was supposed to open. And that because you wasn't prepared and because you wasn't, you know what I'm saying, your mind was in the right space, you missed it.
Mhm. Yeah. It's like you got to, if we could give people advice, I know your advice probably different from mine, but go through if the door is open and it's there, go through it. You're gonna go through some hurdles, but go through it. Never
Yeah.
look back. Don't ever look. Stop looking. I think that's what people sometimes get discouraged. Stop looking back. Go forward. Go through that door. And that's when you know if you was doing you know what you're doing. Just go through it. And once you go
Yeah.
through it, you don't got to look back anymore. You do not have to look back anymore. What
Yeah.
advice would you give to an upcoming makeup artist? Like, what advice would you have for people?
My advice would be to a makeup artist that's coming up is definitely be consistent at your craft. Make sure you study your craft and also just be different, you know, find ways. And also, I think my fourth one would be creating an experience around your business. But
Mm,
I think that it's important to, you know, just be different, stand out, you
mm,
know, from the crowd. Like I hated when that trend was going around where everybody was just doing natural beads. Like
mm-hmm,
they didn't want nothing on their lid, nothing but a little brown.
mm-hmm.
I hated that because I felt like, and I hate when I hate when I'm put in a box. I hate to be put in a box. Like I hate being put in a box. I feel like for me, and I know this is going off topic from the the question, but I know for me, I think that's what drove me to start my business. Like I hated authority. I hated listening to people, even though I still have to have authority. I still have to listen to people. But I think it's just more so on my own terms. I hated being put in a box. Like working for a job, like you have to do this. You have to be here at this time. And God forbid something happens to a family member or something, they don't care. They're like, there's no sympathy. It's just like, oh, you know what I mean? I hate
Yeah, I
that.
definitely know what you mean. I definitely know exactly what you mean. It
Yeah.
is when you're working, it's like you gotta follow their rules. Okay, that's
And you can have
understandable.
put like 20, 40 years into their company. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like they'll just drop you. A lot of people, that happened a lot in the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of
It
people
was
was.
sad.
Yes, a lot of people got dropped. They was not, and that's why. But if you notice now, certain places, if you go to, like I said about Walmart yesterday, I'm like, I went into Walmart. It's like you barely see any cashiers. It's like all about self checkout, and I'm like, well, geez, have we got to that place to where nobody wants to work anymore? And you know what? I think pandemic actually woke a lot of people up. That's what it happened. It woke a
Yeah.
lot of people up. People decided, you know what? I can go in business for myself.
Yeah. But I feel like they have to be past that point. A lot of people don't know
Yes.
how to do that. A lot of
Yeah.
people is not going to go broke behind their business. They're not going to really invest. Like, yeah.
What would you say? What would you like your legacy to be?
I would like the freedom legacy to be like, well, for on the personal side, in terms of me, I would want it to be a person that definitely lived his life to the fullest.
Hmm.
Um, was a good person. Um, helped out a lot of people, changed a lot of lives. I feel like for my business and my brand, I just want it to be a global brand that's forward thinking, that's changing the way people look at things, And it goes
Hmm.
beyond makeup. Like, I want to really, truly be able to change the world. I want to be able to have a say so, and I want to be able to
Hmm.
have for not only myself, but for the people coming up after me, the younger generation who don't have a voice.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
No, somebody said they love. I'm glad I wasn't that kind of boss. I love my employees. That's good. No, that's good. Some
yeah,
bosses, it's like people forget that they're bosses and they allow that stuff to go to their heads. Like, no, we're your employees. Like, what are you doing? Like, you got to take initiative. What your employees are really going through. Because without your employees, you can't run the business.
yeah,
Yeah, you can't. You cannot run no business. But no, that's a good legacy to have that you want to have.
yeah, yeah. And I think it's
That's what
possible.
I'm about. Yeah, anything.
It's possible.
Anything is possible, long as you put your mind to it and your heart into it. Like that's what it's about. Put your mind to it.
Yeah,
So you have
for
to,
sure.
and just me, I think you and I can both, we can really say that we've been through it all. We're still going through it. I'm still getting no's instead of yes. And you know what? I think for me now it's like I don't even get mad or upset anymore because that person was not meant for me to interview them. I just be like, okay, great. Go to someone
Or
who
maybe
want.
not now.
Yes, yes. Go to
A
the
no
person.
is not always.
Mhm,
I feel like a no is not always no, like, you know what I'm saying, for good. That
mhm,
doesn't mean that it's over. Sometimes a no can mean that the timing is right, not right. I know
mhm,
for when I first even contacted Nene, like um, it just didn't work out. The first
mhm.
time I contacted her, she loved my work. She needed a makeup artist. She needed me to travel out to her. Um, and it just did not work out, and it didn't come back around until maybe like 3 years later when she had needed
Wow.
another makeup artist. And I'm like, okay, this time I'm ready. But I feel
Yes.
like had I been out there at that time, she probably wouldn't have loved the makeup as much. It
Mhm.
probably wouldn't have worked out. We wouldn't have stuck, and I feel like a lot of my relationships have been like that in
But
business.
that's good though. You realize at that time it wasn't meant to be. Not right then and there. So
Yeah,
God prepared you, got you ready. So when it's time for you to show up, you did it, and then it excelled. There you go.
yeah.
That's how sometimes I feel with certain interviews at certain times. I'm like, it wasn't meant for me to have that artist right then and there. So let me turn back around. Now I can say, okay, now I can do it. Now I'm ready for you.
Yeah. And that becomes testimony, you know?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That becomes testimony. Like, I feel like it really truly becomes like a testimony.
It do. Like I said earlier about me, and I was telling you about me and in my situation, I was like, I am a living testimony.
Yeah.
That's
so powerful.
That is. I still say, not only am I a living testimony, but I'm still under construction. And that's good.
Absolutely.
I'm still under construction. Like, there's still doors I have to still go. I'm trying to get through. There's still no's I'm still trying to turn into yes. But I can tell you that I'm further now than what I was when I first started. That means me being here. I mean, you look up, I remember Top Boy would tell you, when we went episode 5, and you look up this episode 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. Boom, here we 42. What more can I have? Like, I don't, sometimes I can't even, I sit back and I really think about, dang, like, whoa. Blessed. That's the word I am blessed. It's all about being blessed. That's what it is about. Freedom, tell the audience again where they can find you on Instagram, on Facebook, your website, everywhere. Let them know, let the fans know.
So you guys can follow me on Instagram at the number 2 gifted.hands. That's the number 2 gifted.hands on Instagram. You guys can follow me on Freedom on the Beat on Facebook. And then, or you guys can go to my website, freedomosorich.com, and you guys can find me there. You can book appointments and sign up for classes. We do have virtual classes. Yeah.
Yes, we gonna go ahead. Now that interview section is done. You can go ahead and wipe your face. Got that done. But we still gonna be talking. But real quick, we gonna be ready to play this little game with you.
Oh my God.
Family Feud, but it's old school Tuesday turn up way. It's 10 questions. You get 60 seconds. So get ready.
Oh my God.
So get ready. We gonna have some fun, and we're gonna answer some more questions. The audience gonna answer some fan questions. Top Boy probably got some questions for you. We just gonna have fun. You know, we like to talk over here. We just got that portion out the way. Now you can breathe like, woo, we got that. And now so Top Boy, get the music up. Let's go in with this. Our fam old school Tuesday turn up way. A little question game. Favorite ice cream?
Vanilla.
Favorite dish?
Pizza.
Favorite movie?
Step Brothers.
Favorite comedian?
What's his name? Oh my God, Cat Williams.
Favorite love song?
I don't have a favorite love song.
Favorite color?
Green, lime green.
Sunrise or sunset?
That's a tough one. I think sunrise.
Chicken or ribs?
Chicken.
Grits with salt or grits with sugar?
Oh, grits with salt, baby, and a little butter and cheese.
Name an artist, a male and female in a group, and maybe one reality star you would like to see come on Old School Tuesday Turn Up.
A group, SWV.
Okay, group is okay.
I would like to see what was making the band one? The guys.
I don't.
It was Danity Kane, and then it was the other one.
Okay, I know Danity Kane.
Okay, let's just say Danity Kane. Figure out why they broke up, drunk down to the T, all of that.
Ooh, okay, so name one. Okay, you already did. You had a group for SWV and Danity Kane. We can add them. Okay, name male and a female artist, and then one reality star.
Reality star, I Love New York.
Ooh, Tiffany Paul. Yeah, Tiffany. I know exactly. Okay.
What was the other one?
Name an artist, male and female.
Artist. Chris Brown.
Okay. Female.
Shout out Beyonce.
Damn, that is good. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, Frida, what advice would you have for, say, you want to give a message out to people about Old School Tuesday, turn up to other artists or anyone else in the industry? Like, what message would you get them to try to get them to come on this show?
Listen, you guys, this right here is the hottest Tuesday of the night, honey, okay? If you're not here, where else will you be, honey? It's a whole party. It's a whole interview, honey, and we get our lives over here at Turn Up Tuesdays. Shout out to Pricilla, honey, and shout out to Tall Boy, honey, okay? We going all the way up, baby. Let's cut the music and start this big.
Period.
Wait. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. What advice would you have for someone like myself? Like, what advice would you have for me?
Definitely keep grinding. Put yourself in awkward situations. Let those no's be your motivation to turn into yes. And not only that, when you hear a no, like that doesn't mean that it's the end goal. It may just be for right now. Keep yourself elevated. Make sure your mental is always good. And definitely keep your show fresh, fun, and just like the place to be. It's the hottest Tuesday, honey.
Thank you. That was one question that Top Boy. Let us see some questions. I don't know if people. I know they were talking comments and everything, but I remember I had asked you about that new show, The Impact NTL. But I know, are you working on? I know you said the other day you're just trying to do new show, new reality. What do you think about just being on reality, or better yet, would you like to see maybe makeup artists have their own award shows?
I would like to see more makeup artist award shows. I would like to see definitely what was the question?
So how was okay, so we know makeup artists having their own award shows because there has been, like, I know Talkway said about Barnum and Brothers, but I would love to see just makeup artists have their own complete, award shows. That way everyone, around
I would like
the
to see
time.
more of it for sure. Definitely in regards to like reality shows. I would just like to see makeup artists and just like people in the beauty industry get more front and center credit for sure.
Where do you see makeup artists going in the near future in another 5 more years? What would you like to see that? How would you like to see that involved?
I would like to see it more forward thinking. I would like to see more shows about it. I would like to see just all of the above award shows on mainstream. Yeah, all of the above, just like competition shows. I would like to see everything.
That's what's up. Would you ever see yourself doing a reality show?
Absolutely, but it would definitely have to be right. I'm definitely not in a place where I live for a nasty good old read, honey. But I definitely am. I'm not the fighter. Okay, I'm not any of that. I don't want to I'm very much so like housewives when it comes to like reality shows. So I just like the classiness of it, and
I am too. I watch my only housewives I watch is Potomac and Atlanta. I've been watching Atlanta since season 1. There's nothing you can't tell me about that show. I don't know about that show. Like, I was there from day one when it started. That's how long I've been watching. Know everybody, and it just. And I remember you did an episode. You doing Greg's makeup and everything like that. Would you ever? Was you scared, or was you like, oh my God, I'm on TV, Lord?
Greg was just such a nice person. I cannot. If you didn't meet him, then you wouldn't truly understand what I'm saying. But he was just truly a beautiful person.
Mhm.
Um, just really, really beautiful. Like would come in and just light up a room with just like light, fresh energy. Of course,
Mhm.
Nene with the tornado that's just twirling, going crazy. But he would honestly be the calm to her storm. So I
Mhm.
definitely miss him. God rest his soul.
Mhm. That's what's
Yeah, he
up.
was a great
Yes.
guy.
He was. I still remember. You remember when they did season 1 and they did the heels and they was on the block and she was running. He had the heels on. He took off running. They did that little competition. They were supposed to do it every year, but they did it that one time and they did it in their neighborhoods and people everybody was running in their heels and he did it. He put on the shoes. I was like, oh man, he was off the chain. And then you can feel his spirit, his energy, his personality through the TV and everything like that. What
He
is
was
one
an
advice
amazing
you would
guy.
yes, what's one advice you would say any entertainer or who has given you that advice and you have took it and put it towards you?
Say that one more time.
What is one advice any reality star, any entertainer has given you and you put it towards you, the advice they had given you?
This is a good one. Some advice that's a celebrity has given me. Um, it would definitely be two things. Number one would be like, don't listen to what the naysayers say. I hear that a lot. Like,
Mm,
if you have something going on in the public, like, don't read the comments. Like, what they have to say doesn't matter. Um, and the second one would be, it's never about what you're doing too soon. You know,
mm,
meaning, meaning, um, what is it? Never let the left foot know what the right foot is doing. What is that saying?
I think I get what you say. Okay. Top boy, you get what he
Well,
said.
always
You get that. You know that one. Like I get what you said. Never let the right foot. Yeah, okay, yeah. I haven't heard it in a while, but I have heard that one. I have heard that one. But the naysayers, but that's true about the naysayers. Like,
yeah.
don't. That's just like what we.
From even from the Bad Boys. Like, I don't, have you ever heard of Bad Boys on Zeus?
Yes. Oh my God. I have.
Mind you, so this was before really truly became a thing.
Uh
Everybody
huh.
was knocking me for being on that show.
Uh huh.
Um, and this was like an eye opener for me because it's like there will be so many naysayers that's judging what you're doing, but
Mm-hmm.
they, it didn't hit me until they had that little casting call and they had people lined. They had like almost a couple thousand people there. So
Mm-hmm.
what I got from that was there will be so many people that talk about what you're doing and telling you that you shouldn't be doing this and talk about how you're doing this, but then they'll show up and try to fly out and do the same exact thing.
Mm.
So don't pay attention to what the people have to say. Just do you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's like create your own lane. Be different.
yeah.
Yeah. Definitely be different. Someone just never let the right hand know what the left hand is doing. That's what she said. Yeah, there you go. Never let
It
the right
was
hand know. Yes. Okay, Tom, you have any questions? Thank you, Mama D. We got it. We knew somebody do it. We know somebody do that one. Yes, but that's like it's like that's a saying you barely hear. Everyone it's like once in a blue moon I would hear that saying and then but no, but I get it though. In this day and age, it's just like now you got to be alert about everything that you're doing because somebody
yeah.
is always watching you. Someone's always watching you. Someone's watching your craft, trying to see what they can either mock you, if not mock you, try to do what you're doing. But the problem is they don't never know the steps to how you got where you are.
Yeah. And I feel like for me, I feel like for me, like, I think we grew up. Well, I would say well, not necessarily myself, but we grew up kind of like, okay, well, never give people the full thing and never really let them know truly how you do it. But for
Mm-hmm.
me, I've just been like, just kind of like give it all to them. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that goes to like being confident in what you do, though, because it's like nobody will ever be able to do it the way you.
You confident. You got
Yeah,
to. You gotta be not arrogant. You gotta be willing to do it. Go
yeah,
for it. Go for it.
yeah. You definitely gotta go for it.
Hmm. If you don't go for what you want to do, then you just sitting there lost in the world. You can't do that. Like, no, you gotta go for it. We
Yeah.
all, I mean, we all have our manifestation, manifest like the level. I like to use level up.
Yeah.
Be confident. If you're confident, that means you get ready to level up of what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, for sure.
Not that you wanted to be a therapist, though.
I did. Like I always wanted to help people, like talk to them.
No, that's good. And when you do makeup, like honestly, you are really talking. You're like you're really connecting with your person you want to
Yeah.
make up.
I love it. For me,
Therapy.
it's so much bigger than makeup. Like, I find times where, I'm praying for my clients as I'm touching their head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like different things like that. Like, it's really like a therapy session for me and
Yes,
them.
most definitely. Another thing is next week is everyone go out and vote. Like you
Yeah.
said, you are a registered voter and everything. What would you say about voting now and when what's going on?
I would definitely say make your voices count. Make sure you get out there and vote. It's definitely an important time. As you guys know, there's so many tricks and different things, mind games of the enemy. So definitely go out there and vote and make sure your voice is heard.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Everyone know to go vote next Tuesday. Is very important that you vote. I am a
Yeah.
registered voter. Freedom is a registered voter. Tall boy is a registered voter over there.
Oh, he's like that crystal clear last night. Chances are.
Okay. Oh boy, did he? There he go. Here he is. Yes. But it is important nowadays for us. It's very important when we go out there and you vote for your elective officials. Vote. Let your voice be heard. But Tall Boy right now, he got something to say. That's why he come in all happy. Like I'm going to say
All
what I'm going
right.
to say.
I don't even know what y'all talking about, man. I hope you
We just
enjoyed the
talking 'cause
show.
we like him.
I hope that you enjoyed the energy that we brought to match your energy, if that makes sense. So I hope you appreciated that. And like I said, after doing the test run with you yesterday, we had an opportunity to kind of feel your vibe, if that makes sense. And then I guess
Yeah.
we can all kind of make it all make sense. And then now you give a end product to the consumer, and then they walk away saying, "Man, if I didn't know who Freedom was, I now know who he is."
Yeah. Hey guys,
Yeah.
it's me.
Yes. I told him today, I'm like, Freedom was the longest running person. Like, after we got done with the soundtrack, we having a 2-hour conversation with. That's how you know.
We ain't doing 2
Like,
hours a night.
Yeah.
No, we not doing that.
Yeah,
we
because
can't.
just keep talking and talking, baby.
We
She's
can't
trying to do
because
2 hours.
Freedom's computer is at 9%, so we can't. So
So I'm gonna ask this. So I'm gonna ask this question, and I'm gonna ask this question, and then I guess we'll wrap after this because I don't want your computer to shut down in the middle of this flawless production. When you first started, because you said you started doing the prom thing and stuff like that. How did people react when they saw that you were a guy doing makeup as opposed to, just seeing a typical female dealing with that? And so that's part one. And then the second question that I have is, what have been some of the challenges that you've had to deal with being in this industry, knowing that you have to compete with other women when it comes to this business, if that makes sense?
Okay. So now you got to lay one question at a time now, Tobby. But the first part of the question I would have to say is, number one, really I can't really kind of answer both. Women naturally love men. So the fact that, I'm a nice looking guy and I'm doing their makeup, they love it, And then it's also, although I may be, on the other side of the fence, I'm still a man that's giving a woman compliments and they love it, So it really hypes them up. Yes, and they love it. Women love to be gassed up. They love to be treated like a queen. So the fact that I'm a man, like, either handing them a champagne glass and like, oh girl, you look beautiful. Yes. It just fires them up.
Oh, okay. That's what it is. And then I guess the second question that I had for you was, how did you deal with the feedback or the kickback of seeing more of the women getting mad at you because you were doing it as opposed to them actually doing it as far as competition?
Well, I think that it's important to, number one, know that you're competing with yourself. And when you show up in that mindset, you barely even see anything else. So, and like I said before, like, I feel like when you're walking into the industry, I feel like if you see a person once, you're going to see them again. So I always just simply either try to smile, be as pleasant as possible. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to necessarily kiss their ass, but I think just showing up and just not even paying attention to any of that is what kills them dead. Yeah.
So I only say this because I know that you've had to receive some type of hate in this, in this industry, especially especially starting out. Whether it may have been your peers teasing you, or maybe
No, honestly, the only type of hate or negative feedback that I ever got is freedom is just too damn expensive. I've gotten feedback like that, like freedom is just too damn expensive. I'll take that. I'll take that.
The coin, hey, the trouble don't last always. They gonna win that 1 billion, and then they can come see you all day, every day.
Yes. Okay. Put me on payroll.
There you go.
Okay. Do you? Let me ask you. Since let's talk about the dot. Do you have your charger nearby? You can plug it on in there.
If I can grab it really quick, then yes.
Yeah, go ahead, grab it real quick. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let him go ahead and grab his charger. While he's doing that, put me back on the screen. While he's doing that, you all, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this announcement. It ain't no announcement, it's just I ain't got nothing thought of. But however, we're close. This is episode 42. That's how far we have come. We gonna do 45. If something tells me 45 is gonna land right into December. If you want whoever to be out, well, not whoever, but if you want to see a certain artist, singer, comedian, actor, actress, well, they're hard to get. But for episode 45, message me on Instagram, mostly on Facebook Messenger, Instagram. send me an email. Well, see, you send me an email. Don't call me. You ain't gotta call me. I mean, you got my number. You only send me through a text. Yeah, I guess I will respond. But I mean, we're close to 45 episodes. That is
Yeah.
big for us to be here
That's
for
amazing.
episode 40. That's what I'm talking about. If for us to be here for episode 42, we have come a long ways, and we already with this last month was a 2 year anniversary. Freedom, let me ask you, what would be a good idea how we should celebrate being 2 years old school Tuesday turn up being on for 2 years? What idea would you
I wonder
give?
if you could have an event.
You said what?
What if you could have an event?
Have an event?
Yeah.
Okay.
And kind of have everybody that you've invited on the show so far
Mhm.
come.
Okay.
So the problem with that, and I get what you're saying, a lot of these folks do, or some of them do live in Atlanta, but not everybody,
Oh,
can
okay,
make it to
yeah.
Atlanta. You got to remember, this is a virtual show. So everybody is
Yeah,
watching from all over the world. You saw Rich Vibes was in the UK. You got Mama D
yeah,
that's in California. You had Sister Queen that's in Delaware. So that is not enough time to kind of highlight a
yeah. No,
two
I get
year
what you're
and
saying. Okay.
so this is you got to remember this is an online show. It's an interactive show. So you got to think
Yeah, it
along
is.
those lines if that makes sense.
You
Mm.
know what? Someone gave me an idea, y'all, yesterday. I didn't even share this with Top Boy. It just because they gave me the idea yesterday. I was at the hair store. They gave me an idea. They was like, why don't you get some of the artists that you had on your show and had them since the holidays have come up, give you a video message and give you a shout out. Hey Priscilla, this is such and such. Congratulations on 2 years. Happy holidays to you. I'm like, hmm, that's
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I love
that's kind of
that.
cool. That's kind of
Yeah,
dope.
that would
That's
be
kind of
great.
that'd be hicka dope. That would be dope. I'm like, different. One person had the idea of why don't you get some of the artists that you had on and put Show behind in the hot seat. I was like, okay, that was
Oh,
put Tom Boy in the hot seat too. We gonna put him. He gonna be thrown in there just as well.
yeah,
So
that's true. That's
yeah,
true. Put
like
Tom
right,
in there.
right. You ain't gonna just gonna put me in there. You gonna put him in there too. I was like, that's also a good idea. They can almost do it. Let him
I
record
think
it. Like, you said what?
you should do both. That would be fun.
That would be fun. Do both. That would be fun.
I'm
I think
like,
we can.
okay, so I think that you
So who
should
gonna
do a
run the
show.
production? Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna shut everything down with all the sound effects. This is what I'm gonna be saying.
Can't touch this.
That's what I'm gonna be saying. You can't touch this. I'm just saying. So
This
Yeah.
is why we. This is why we like. That's why we this team. And I know earlier, Freedom, you were saying you guys are really our team. You can tell the history that we have. Like Cowboy know what you was saying earlier. So hype him, make him feel good because he gonna need to hear this. See,
But
look
what
at
I
him.
was saying was, it's really truly hard to find someone that you can connect with in terms of business nowadays.
Mhm.
Because a lot of times you will find that either the person isn't consistent, there's not as serious as you are, or either they don't believe in the vision. So I think that for you guys to have created this Turn Up Tuesdays is amazing.
Mhm.
I appreciate that. No, I mean, I think we discussed yesterday behind the scenes why we work so well together, if that makes sense. And I'm humbled that where my vision and her vision, it's along the same. It's on 285. I had a mentor that told me all the time. He says, as long there's 75, there's 85, there's 20, and there's 285. Those are the major freeways here in Atlanta, and there's also 400. But 285 is a big circle. So as long as
Mhm.
y'all are on the same freeway, y'all are good. But if you going 75, which is going up to Michigan, and she going 20, which is out to either South Carolina or all the way out to California, it ain't gonna work. So if
Yeah.
you on 285, it's a big circle. So even if y'all kind of get off of alignment a little bit, you're still gonna cross paths as long as y'all are still on 285. So that's something that a mentor shared with me years ago, and I've always held true to that with the people that I work with. How long or what path are we on? And is it a reason, season, lifetime? We don't know. But at the end of the day, she knows where my vision is. I know where her vision is. And we go from there.
And that's all that matters. And I think that, I think that when you do find a business partner, it's really important to understand their wants and needs, I think it's also important to honestly pray for each other too. Pray for the relationship. Because sometimes you just never know, just in general.
Yep. Yeah. Most definitely. That's what I'm talking about. So everyone, guess what? This was episode 42. And we had the one and only celebrity makeup artist, Freedom on the Beat. He was here. He did his thing. He told his story. Now, if you guys want to go find him, let him know once again, Freedom, where can they find you on social media? Let them know once again, so these ladies can look you up, because you had ladies in here saying, when I come to Atlanta, I want to get my makeup done. They already know.
Come on, honey.
Now you got to give Mama D a senior discount, because she needs that. She want to feel fab too, but she got that 65 plus. She in that senior.
I know that's right, honey.
She need that senior discount. She gonna be calling me like, I gotta go meet that Freedom on the Beat guy, and he gotta hook me up. So
we love it.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You guys are down here at the bottom, 2gifted.hands on Instagram, and on Facebook is Freedom. Is it on the level? Is it
on the beat?
Freedom on another level.
Oh.
Yeah, Freedom on another level. Yeah.
Oh, is it Freedom on another level? That's what it is?
Help me. I love y'all, honey. My drink is gone, y'all. Forgive me, honey. That's all up against the honey. We got it right.
And thank you, Freedom, for being here on time. And the devil did not stop us. We still had us some damn fun. And everybody, love you. Got me up.
Great time here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, old school Tuesday Turnup. All we do is turn it up on a Tuesday prime time, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And everyone, thank you all for tuning in tonight for episode 42. So I will see you all back here real soon. But in the meantime, between time, you know what? We're going to sit here and dance on now. Freedom, don't go anywhere. We're going to talk to you behind the scenes. But thank you all for tuning in. I am Pricilla Watley. That was Freedom on the Beat, and that was Cowboy. Thank you for tuning in to episode 42 of Old School Tuesday Turnup. We're out of here. Let's go. Cowboy said me laughing. He's like, you guys see him laughing and everything. Look, he said we ain't gonna do no 2 hours. We didn't do 2 hours. I'm just letting you guys know.
This was awesome.
You did 1 minute and 48 minutes. I know that much. We was almost at 2 hours.
Yeah, hey, we started. What was that? We 8:02, so I had to jump out for that time, make up for it. But we gotta see you guys soon. Enjoy it. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your week. Go out and vote. Holla.
Get out and vote!
Yes. Look at Cowboy talking. Ignore that. And also, everyone, tune in tomorrow night for Lab Tech over there on Cowboy. He does the labs. You want to know anything about tech? Check him out tomorrow night.
If you're going to do it right, do it right. If you're going to do it right. What's the name of my show? Tell them. Tell them the name of my... The what?
Tech.
No, the Lab Tech what?
Lab show.
Y'all definitely need to come up with our tech. Make sure y'all head on over there to the Cowboy page, honey.
Tomorrow, 8 o'clock.
Let them know.
YouTube, The Lab Tech Show, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. It is The Lab Tech Show. We are simplifying tech in a language that you understand. Come on, come get with it. I got some good topics for you.
Talking about tomorrow night anyway.
Dance it on out. We out. 10 seconds.
Put me up in here when we out. Holla.
That was a good time.
I know.